That's exactly right. I mean, they might be more instead of like in the locker room, you know, and they're getting grilled by reporters. This is probably a lot easier for them to actually come out and say some of the sensitive stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of the rehearsed answer, you kind of get the true answer from them, right?
Yeah, I hope so, and I think so, and I think, which was one thing that was fun about the book is everyone who's featured in it, just about everyone, a couple didn't, but almost every one of those 40 people who I featured specifically offered comments, and the questions that I gave them were, what was it like to be to be asked to be on one-on-one? What was it like? What was the experience like for you? What was the reaction, or what was your reaction to it? You know, did you like it, or you know, what was it that you liked about it, and just sort of how different? Why was this different? And I did some of the interviews. Some of it was just an email that I sent out to the guys, you know, and they emailed me back, and others. I had some other people do the interviews for me, that's what a lot of them said. I mean, in their own words, you know, without anything. They just said, you know, we felt comfortable. You know, I like to listen to them, and I care. I seem to care, and thankfully, I mean, I do care. You know, I really do care, and I'm very curious, and everybody has a story. I mean, Bo, you have a story.
Yeah.
You know, I know if you could play a position on the Padres or the Chargers, I could interview you about that. But but the point is, you know, and you can relate to these guys even if you're not a professional athlete.
Right.
And that's one of the nicest compliments is when someone says, I don't even like sports, but I stopped and watched the show because I wanted to hear about this, you know, kid Jake Peavy from Alabama, who
had the nicest house. The nicest house that you saw in San Diego.
House.
Yeah, nicest house.
Wow. Well, the Hoffman's house is gorgeous, especially because of that beautiful baseball collection. And how
I
they
saw
did
that.
Yeah, I know. And I just learned the other day that my friend Todd Tobias, who used to work for the Hall of Champions, helped design that, which was really neat. But that was probably one of the most, and yet very homey. You walk in and you didn't feel, it wasn't pretentious. It's like, this is the Hoffman's home with their 3 boys, and they're, you know, running all over the place. And Dave Stewart's was spectacular back in '98. And then I think sometimes some of the ones that are actually the most fun, though, are when we're all crammed into a little rental apartment.
Right.
You know, like Chris Young and sitting on this couch, and there was no room between my legs and his legs and the couch and the wall, and we're, you know, it's not their home, it's just a rental place. And so but you have to get the interview done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have to say that the ball, Trevor Hoffman's ball display is pretty impressive. It's one thing that sticks in my head.
That's why I put that freeze frame of that shot in the book, because so many people have asked me about that. And it really is, you know, just to look at that and to think that he had the forethought to save a ball from every game that he saved. I mean, really, how many...
Even the Milwaukee ones. That's right.
Well, I'm glad that he's back to the Padres.
Yes,
so.
of course. He's an icon, you know, for sure, Hall of Famer. Well, a couple more questions. This is going great. It's coming up 2011 season. Do you have any Padres confirmed for one-on-one?
Well, we are working on Buddy Black. Obviously, he was a rookie in 2007, and lots has happened in 4 years, and just named Manager of the Year. So we're going to do an update there. I'm a little cautious with saying who I'm going to do, because if something doesn't work out, I hate for something or someone to be disappointed. But I can tell you, by the end of the baseball season, we will be doing show 100. So the plan is to do an hour special, and it will be... in fact, I want fans' input. I want to know who your favorite shows were, what your favorite moments are, what your questions are, if I don't, you know, already know some of them. And I'm going to use that to weave into our special, give a little behind the scenes, and hopefully hear from some people who have been on the show over time as well. So. But I would say, I mean, we would hope we're going to get to do Orlando Hudson. think Nick Hundley and Will Venable are, we can update their stories. Love those guys.
Yeah.
And they've
Love
really,
Will Venable and Nick Hundley.
yeah,
Great
they've
guys.
just done great. Well, that's enough for now.
Yeah, okay.
Well, stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned for 2011 one-on-one. One last question.
Okay.
And you're involved in the ALS Association of San Diego.
Right.
Can you tell us how you got involved and why it's important to you?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Well, it's actually what brought me back to San Diego was because in 1991 I found out that my father was sick and we didn't know what was going on really. But by the time of end of 91, I was working in Tulsa, and 92 he was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. And so I moved home to help take care of him. I quit my job in Oklahoma and came and, got lucky and got a job at NBC as a field producer. He passed away in 1994, and it's a very difficult thing, to lose a parent, as many people know. But I was also right at the time when I was trying to work on my career and all this, so I didn't really put a lot of time into volunteering or anything like that. And there really was nothing. The ALS Association came around in 2002, and it was right after 9/11. I thought, you know what, I'm in a position where I can give back to the community more than just my work, and this new chapter just opened, and I know about this because I, helped take care of my father. And so I started volunteering, and I've been the board chair for several years just because maybe nobody else wants to do it. But we built this really, really special relationship with the Padres, and Channel 4 has allowed me to do a lot of stories and things to tell the story of ALS and Lou Gehrig's disease. Major League Baseball is a part of it. Jeff Morad with the Padres has a very dear friend, Augie Nieto. So it's been this amazing, wonderful, serendipitous synergy type of thing where we can help people understand what Lou Gehrig's disease is, help those and the families and the patients, with it, and weave in baseball and all the good stuff too. So
Great. Well,
and part of the proceeds from the book are going, and my event that I had in November, 5 charities benefited from that. We raised more than $23,000.
wow,
So,
that's impressive.
but it's really it's where my heart is, and it's a really, really tough disease, and it's something that I think is important to keep out there in front of people, because nobody ever wants to get that diagnosis, but if you do, we're there to help.
Right. Well, thank you very much for helping them out.
Thank you.
And for all you do for San Diego.
My
pleasure. You have many fans, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Woo!
Thank you guys.
Yes.
I mean, really, it's such a wonderful thing to walk down the street or be in Home Depot and have no makeup on or whatever, and people say, hey, one-on-one or Channel 4, or love that interview, because that tells me you're watching and that you're enjoying it. And that is the biggest joy, is when you know that people are enjoying learning about these guys.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Jane Mitchell, and I am Bo Gray, and this is Fro On Fro.